Hey y'all. I should really stop saying that, huh? Hola. Bonjour. Ni hao. I really have a problem. Anyway, my computer keeps shutting down, so I have to unlock it every time to get to the list of things that I typed up, because I also did a little video on Instagram and Facebook asking you guys if you had any questions so that I could address those as well. So I'm going to do that. So without any further ado, I keep forgetting I can't look at myself. I have to look at y'all at the little dot right there so y'all can see my eyes. I like people to look into my eyes. It's engaging, right? Okay, anyway, so the first thing I want to talk about is just being back in New York again. I was so excited to be able to get back to that city. So the plane ride was good. It was good. There was this one little kid that kept hollering, rock and roll, every time there was turbulence. They don't need an introduction or a celebration every time the plane bumps. I'm already squeezing Jeremy's arm off, giving him carpal tunnel or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Keep your children close. Put a muzzle on them. Okay, don't do that. The subway was cool. There was one thing that I learned. We did the subway last time, but I didn't remember having to figure out this subway stance. Like if it's so crowded and then there are people hanging on to all the bars and you don't want to like reach over somebody's head and mouth. You know what I'm saying? But this one dude, I took a picture of his feet. The boy had the perfect, like, I'm going to call it like 45-degree angle. You spread your legs at 45 degrees, and then you post up, you will not move. But if you go like 42 degrees or something else, you will be on the ground, which was almost me a couple times. So Jeremy and I had us like, who can get the best subway stance and hold on without holding on to the bars. Yeah, y'all saw some of our shenanigans with the videos. We should have videoed. One thing that I did video was some of the interesting people on the subway. I didn't video a whole lot of them because I couldn't do it without being obvious. But there was this one guy that looked like Paul Bunyan. I'm going to insert the clip right now. Anywho, that was just one person that I saw that was of interest to me. There were lots of other things happening. I mean, for the most part, it's really cool. People are just trying to get to where they need to go, so they ain't, you know, they ain't really entertaining. I did almost try to sing in the subway, but I chickened out. I know, I got really nervous. I wanted to like sing and see if I could collect money and then like give it to some random person on the street or something, but I was too chicken to sing in the subway. The next time I'll bring somebody who can sing with me. Jeremy, all he can do is that ooh yeah thing, and people would have hit us probably. Hospitality in New York was so much better within this project. So if you don't know what I went out there for, again, I won the 24-hour musicals contest that was called the One Night Stand competition, and all of this is done by people like Elizabeth Sperling, who was my right hand woman the whole time, Trish Dalton, Ari Edelson is in charge of the Exchange and the Orchard Project, Tina Fallon with the 24-hour musicals. All of these people, they worked together to have this competition so that some random person, actress like me, would get a chance to have a cameo role. Cameo, like 2 seconds or something. It ended up being a lot more than that, but we'll get to that part a little bit later. So yeah, that's what I went out there for. I won the contest. Thanks to you guys again for voting for me and getting me to the top 10 out of those 82 contestants. And then the judges picked me out of the 10 finalists. Yes, yes, yes. I think this was Big Ed's question, Ed Washington. How long was the wait? We checked into the hotel and we played around Friday. We played around Saturday. And we played around for a good bit of the day on Sunday. So we went to like Central Park and we went shopping and we went to Times Square a couple times. Did some touristy things the year before when we went. I think it was the year before. Whenever we went with Elena and Brandon, we did lots of things. I got to see Chicago, and you know, we did touristy things then. We went to the top of the Empire State Building. So we didn't have to do all of that this time. We just got to enjoy the city and eat, because you know I love food and you know I love to eat a lot. So that's what we did, because we didn't start anything until Sunday night at 8:30 when I got to the Gramercy Theater, and then I got to meet all of these wonderful people who have been on Broadway, on TV, films, and everything else, who've scored these films and who've created magic all throughout the cities of New York and LA and other places. I don't even know. I got to meet all of these people, and they welcomed me in like I was, you know, a part of the family. So that answers Gia's question, Gia Washington, one of your questions was, what kind of talent? That kind of talent. All of these big stars come in and volunteer, and we sell the tickets that are sold at the show, the 24-hour musicals. They range from like $100 to $500. So the big name talent comes in and performs, and the people who pay for these tickets are benefiting the Exchange and the Orchard Project, which helps these new artists develop their crafts in such a creative space. I was able to be a part of that. You know, I'll pretend that somebody paid, you know, like $100 to $500 to come see me. I mean, I know they were coming to see the other stars, but they were definitely coming to support the project. Another question from Gia, was I the only one from the South? No, I wasn't. There was a girl named Ashley Fink. She works on Glee. She lives in Los Angeles now, but she's from Texas, so I was able to meet her. I wasn't the only one from the South, but I still think lots of people were attracted to my Southern charm and, you know, all that. So I think that, you know, I think that helped me out a little bit, being from the great state of Louisiana-ish. We got to meet and greet, and we sit in this big circle. And just like y'all saw, if you watch my audition video, everybody has to have a prop and a costume, and they get to sing a song and tell what they've never done on stage, and they tell a special talent that they had. When I did my introduction, I was a little bit nervous, so I forgot to tell what I had never done on stage, and I forgot to tell about any special talents. But I'll insert that clip now so you can kind of see what happens when we meet and greet. And all of this and more is in the documentary that the One Night Stand movie company will produce. But this is just a little bit of my audition. And everybody in the circle, all the stars, had to do the same thing. Hey, y'all. Y'all, my name is Louise, and I did win the 24-hour One Night Stand. My prop is a Ziploc bag full of wine corks. I thought you could maybe tell about all the travels I've done around the world at fine wine places, or that these probably came from the corner store in my neighborhood. And all the wines are now on that arsenic list that they just create a story about. Keep them safe though, in case there's a lawsuit about the arsenic. This is the same costume I used in my audition video. For the Bible says, and it still is new, your mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own. So after that, we basically go home. All of the actors go home. Now, we left at about 11, but the writers stayed from 11 to like 6 a.m. So they used the props and costumes that we brought in, and they write a musical based on that. So I'm up like all night because now I'm wondering, are they going to give me the 2-second part or whatever the cameo role is that I'm supposed to have? How long am I going to be on stage? Am I going to get to do anything? Blah, blah, blah. So I'm like sleeping. Maybe I slept maybe like 2 hours Sunday night. And Monday morning, I woke up and we went down to the space called the Pit, where we got all the cast assignments. So it's kind of like, you know, on a baseball team when you were younger, everybody lines up and they kind of say, well, I want you to be on my team and you to be on my team. Well, if it was baseball, I always got picked last, or basketball or whatever sport, because I'm not that athletic. But I don't know exactly what the process was, but we went there and got our cast announcements. And I met one of the writers for my show, Joe Kinosian, and he was like, I know you're supposed to have a cameo, but we kind of just wrote you in, so I hope you're okay with that. I was like, yes. So I ended up having like a monologue and 2 more stage entrances and a song and everything. Like, I absolutely loved it. So yeah, I had a pretty big part for my role, not compared to what the other actors had to learn. That's why I kind of left them alone throughout the day. I didn't really post many videos and pictures of us because we were really working to trying to make sure that this thing flowed seamlessly. The whole experience, it was absolutely just amazing. You get to see these stars who are so accomplished. I mean, we get to mess up in rehearsal together, and we get to learn and work on the same platform. It was it was an experience that I will never forget for the rest of my life. So I hope they do the contest again so that someone else can experience the same thing, because it's a boost of inspiration like you cannot even imagine, and just confirmation that, you know, you can do this. Like, it's doable. You should be doing what you're doing. That's what I got from that. The show that I was in was called Of Boys and Turkeys, because when they brought one of the props, one of the actors brought this turkey pelt and a turkey foot, and then someone else brought a fur coat. They decided to make it about this farmer who couldn't get his turkeys to make milk because he had never gone to farming school. And he wanted to have this contest to try to, you know, give some regular turkey, me, a chance to, you know, become a star on his farm, I guess. So that was kind of the premise of the show, helping this farmer get out of his depression and desolation and such. And I was written into the show to where I kept trying to have my moment in the show, but they kept kicking me off stage and such. And then at the end, then I come out and kind of give the summation of the story and sing a song about it. So I'll insert this clip now so you can kind of see bits and pieces of what I did throughout the show.
But no, that didn't work either. One thing is clear.
God's sweet, God's sweet, just like that, another sun sets on Farmer Bean's turkey farm. How was I supposed to know that after entering this godforsaken contest that things would end up like this? Well, but hey, I guess we all learned at least 5 things here tonight. 1, don't trust a turkey when it says it's God. 2, a turkey can't make milk. 3,
so the show ends that Monday night. We rehearse that Monday morning. We have the show that Monday night, and then we party and celebrate right afterwards. And that's where I really got a chance to talk to some more people, and they just really encouraged me to keep going and keep doing the journey that I'm on. So I'm going to answer a couple more questions from Shanna. What was I most anxious about? I was most anxious about being the newbie, the rookie, because there were some people who had never done the 24-hour musicals before, but they were still professionals in their own right. 16 minutes. I hope y'all still watching. I was most pleasantly surprised by just the amount of love and the welcoming environment and atmosphere that I walked into, because everybody is there to make this work. So Elizabeth Sperling, she kept asking me, like, okay, so what are you afraid of? And I was like, everybody's made me so comfortable that I really don't feel afraid of anything. I'm always nervous before I perform. But after my 1000th trip to the restroom, I realized I was afraid that my throat would completely dry up so that my notes wouldn't come out. So I kept drinking so much water and tea and everything else. I was like, okay, girl, you're really afraid that your voice is going to crack. So Elizabeth, that was my fear throughout the whole thing. How do I deal with being nervous and being in that type of environment, like I said, with so many people who were so accomplished? And this is really how I deal with it. I rely heavily on the good Lord to keep me together. And preparation. You can't just be relying on the Lord and then be like, oh, I'm just going to show up and let him do the work. Prepare yourself, and then he'll take care of you. Another question from Jared. Do I have any clips with anyone? So I hope that clip that I already showed answers that question. I didn't take a lot, like I said, throughout the day because I was trying to concentrate. It's 20 minutes. I hope y'all still there. I just don't like watching long videos, so I'm trying to shorten those down. And it might not be 20 minutes because I'll chop it up a little bit. But thank y'all for watching still. Coach Vault. Why? Okay, so when I got back from New York, I posted on Instagram and Facebook that I had just eaten Popeyes as soon as we got off the plane. Why did I not eat that in New York? Because I always try to experience local food and whatever is being presented in the area. And also, we thought that they would get the Popeyes recipe wrong in New York. Jeremy said they probably used Mrs. Dash instead of the right seasoning. So yeah, that was just our little joke that it probably didn't taste the same. But ultimately, I just didn't want to eat Popeye. I wanted to eat something different every time. What is my next step towards fame? So I'm just going to continue to try to market myself and make sure that I'm taking advantage of all the opportunities that are here in the South. I'm still working with my agent to get more auditions. I'm still working 10 times as hard for myself to try to get these auditions. If you know of anybody that's ready to hire an actress or singer or performer or director, because one of the things that I'm doing now, thank you to Greg Williams, I am making my community theater directorial debut with Shout. I'm working with my church for the summer camp, and I'm also working with my drama girls and my drama team that I usually work with at the church. And I also made this sign that says, "Will perform for food." I might hold this out on the corner from time to time. You got to read the fine print, though, because there's some things in there that you need to know. I work for food. Look, I even made it in a cute little shape of forks and spoons. That's a donut. That's an egg. That's a something. Candy cane or a celery stick. I don't know. And that's a banana. It is. So that's what I'm doing. I will work. Hire me. Check out my resume. Check out my YouTube page, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want. To give me some work. New York, call me. Y'all have my phone number and stuff and my email address. Let me know when I need to come back, okay? And follow me on Instagram and such so you can keep up with all that. Instagram at just April Louise. Same thing for Twitter. Hashtag the burgeoning actress. Hashtag Tenorette, because I got that voice that's way down there. It'll sneak up on you if it ain't careful. I know that was probably kind of scary. I'll talk like this so it'll be okay for the rest of the video with a little country accent. I try to throw that in there on my part when I was doing the show and everything. I think it worked. Hashtag, I love hashtags that are really, really very long. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to continue to inspire people to follow their dreams as I'm being inspired. I just want us all to make it. I just want things to be great. I forgot to look at the little dot the whole time. I hope it looked like I was looking in y'all eyes because I like to engage it like I see it. But that's what I'm doing, y'all. So follow me. Keep going with me on this journey. I appreciate every bit of love and support. Y'all don't know how much those comments mean to me when you're encouraging me to continue to do what I'm doing. So I really thank you. And I love y'all. And I know I say that a lot, but I really do. And, you know, thank you for being there. I didn't cry at all in this video. That's like a home run for me. Because I cried the other night in shout rehearsal. Child, they started singing, "Keep Your Lamps Trimmed and Burning." I couldn't hold it, child. Come see Shout. Come do that next. How about y'all do that? I'll post some information about it in the coming days. I won't be performing this time, but I will be directing, and there are some great things that are happening. We're focusing on the Black family and healing of the Black man in these crazy days. So just come and see it, and come see me, and say hey, y'all, to me whenever you get a chance, okay? I didn't want to say that again. But how you say bye in another line? Hasta luego. Bye.